So if you're seeing this, you're probably going through some sort of a transition in your life, whether it was thrust upon you or you did it by choice. So it could be loss of a loved one, it could be maybe you're going into a new profession, or you're about to move to a different country. And what I want you to know, the first thing I want you to know is that you're not alone. I personally have gone through a lot of these transitions recently, and one thing that I've realized is that you really want to make sure that you don't get stuck, right? You really want to make sure that you don't freeze. So I can use an analogy in sports. We see it all the time that athletes might go through a period of adversity and some of them might get stuck. So you can think about, for instance, like Patrick Mahomes in the recent, Super Bowl final. He went through a really tough period, but one of the reasons why we love the best athletes is their ability to come through the next end of that adversity, and even with all these other things going on in their life, still find a way to perform at the highest level. And so the first thing I would urge you is don't get stuck, keep moving, keep forward momentum in the other aspects of your life. Next thing I would say is to get comfortable with this new, sometimes hard, sometimes very beautiful stage of your journey. So for me, as I mentioned, I went through a lot of transitions recently, personally transitioning away from trying to be a professional athlete to successfully breaking into a digital marketing field, to then coming to the point where I realized that my predisposition and my love for marketing was actually coming from a place where I wanted to use my skill sets to help as many athletes as possible on their journeys personally. And so one thing that I realized as well is that whenever you make that decision to make that switch, you think to yourself, oh, like all the things I did before are gonna, make it easier for me to switch this time. And unfortunately, that's not true. Like whenever you do make that switch, you're gonna have to put in the hard yards. It's gonna feel like you're starting over, but you will have, people rooting for you. You shouldn't feel alone. I believe in you. I know that deep down you truly believe in yourself. And as soon as you start showing your potential at this level, the domino effect of all of the lessons that you learned before will come to help you. But it still will be hard in the beginning, and you have to accept that, and you have to be willing to push through that. So yeah guys, the reason I wanted to make this video was because the last 2 weeks have honestly been quite hard for me personally, mentally, and I think it's really easy to get on the internet and just show the beautiful side of things. But the truth is, from the outside even, you could see a lot of work that I'm putting out now. You see my content really starting to ramp up. I'm actually starting to even get athletes reaching out to me, and yeah, so the transition, I would say, if you're being objective about it, it's going well, but still I have those self-limiting beliefs that pop up. I have that little bit of uncertainty because I'm doing something new, and it's just been a very tough mental period for me to really categorize, am I making a mistake here? Am I going against something? Did I build something up to tear it all down? Does that even make sense? Am I gonna have to transition again? Is this just another phase I'm gonna keep going through over and over in life? And so I'm having these questions and I'm working through it. I'm trying to stick to the principles of, remaining present in the place where I am and just focus on doing the day-to-day work so I don't get stuck. And yeah, I just felt like I really wanted to share this video because I know that there's gonna be other people going through transitions as well. Just know that the transition doesn't last, but it will come again and again, but you're more than well equipped to get through it. And I wish you nothing but success on your journey. Remember, whatever it is that you're aiming for, there are people who have gone ahead of you and have gone through those hard yards and have come out successful. There have been people who are not as skilled as you. There are people who have not had as much resources as you, and they were able to be successful. So continue to believe in yourself, continue to do the work, continue to move forward, and I wish you nothing but success. Cheers.